Loyalty, I'm big on that shit, but I rarely talk about it because people don't understand that shit nowadays.
Right.
If I don't see that shit in you, I'm not finna talk to you about it. What the fuck I'm talking for? Like, you don't get it.
Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And if you are subscribed, be sure to enable your bell notifications so you do not miss out on a video.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Since Young Dolph was slain, the internet has been in an uproar because people are saying that Yō Gotti is the #1 connection to what happened to Young Dolph. Now, if you guys recall, Young Dolph was very, very big on loyalty. And as he said in our intro, that if he did not see loyalty in you, there was no reason for him to even have a conversation with you. And throughout this video, you will learn about some inconsistencies in the relationship that he once had with Yō Gotti, but for some reason it went left. And people online they're saying that Yō Gotti is facing a Rico charge because based on the information that we was able to gather from the trial of the men that were, well, one of the men that were convicted, but then the other guy has already confessed. We know that they have ties to CMG, which is Yō Gotti's record label.
And me with different situations, like, man, let me help you with this and do this and do that. But me in my position, like, I got too much of my own money tied in this and too much of my own time in it. Like, I got too much invested in it. You feel what I'm saying? So like, say like Gotti wanted me to do the, like, man, come on, bro, let's do CMG paper route. That's cool. I'm knocking for that. If I was him, I would have came to me like that. You know what I'm saying? But only thing was going to happen behind it was people like, oh, he popped off because of Gotti. You feel what I'm saying? Which I can't do that because I got too much of my own time and money invested in it. You feel what I'm saying? So, like I said, like,
and I know Gotti respect that because he did the same thing.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I was saying, like, people that done been through this, they know exactly what I'm doing right now. So
in an interview that Young Dolph did with Sway, he stated that Yō Gotti was very adamant in trying to get him to just come and partner with CMG, which is Yō Gotti's record label. Now, in that interview, Young Dolph talked about how he had put in the work and how he had worked so hard for his label that it just didn't make sense for him to partner with anybody else, when I can certainly understand for all of my business owners out there that has been doing this thing for so long and you have put in so much blood, sweat, and tears that it just don't make sense to partner with anybody. Well, I can understand. But if you guys can notice in that interview, he didn't really have many bad things to say about Yō Gotti. In fact, he said if he was Yō Gotti, he would do the same thing, which means he would try to get him on his label if he wasn't him. So that makes a whole lot of sense. But something happened because things turned very, very quickly into chaos and into something that will ultimately lead to Young Dolph being slain.
Ho Gotti, you was a bitch ass nigga. I just got back to the city. They say you trying to put charges on me and put the police on me. You send your little nigga out to do all your talking. Talk for yourself, bitch ass nigga. Hey, that big head down syndrome looking motherfucker hate on everybody from the city that gets some real money. You start out hating on 3-6 nigga and they were having Oscars and shit, nigga. You had to hate cause you were broke, nigga. That's the only way you can get attention, boy. You were broke, boy. Now you hating on Dolph, nigga. You a bitch, nigga. Hey, man, if I was your pussy ass boy, I'd be mad at me too, man. Why you mad at me? Cause your bitch ass on fake watch busters and you had to fake it till you make it, bitch ass nigga. And I came in the game rocking real ice driving coupes and shit, bitch.
So as Young Dolph was moving into another dimension of success, it seems like hatred and haters were starting to take another form in his life, as Young Dolph will become the center of multiple situations where people are trying to take his life. And the individuals involved are connected to Young Gotti's record label to include other artists as well as his own brother, Young Jook, who would ultimately end up losing his own life.
Bar. Dolph is responding to an unsuccessful hit that his ops put out on him. Because after going back and forth with Yō Gotti, Dolph had to perform in Charlotte, North Carolina for CIAA weekend at the nightclub. He was in a black SUV at 8th and North Caldwell Street, where someone started letting off shots. His car was hit 100 times, but surprisingly, no one was injured since the SUV was bulletproof. After the incident, Dolph got on social media to taunt his ops, tweeting, "You lose," with a laughing emoji. He also took the stage and performed the next day, showing he wasn't fazed by the shooting. And despite
on February 26th of 2017, Young Dolph's vehicle in which he was traveling in was hit over 100 times. However, he was not hurt. Young Dolph took to his social media to say "you lose," but later performed that evening, sending more shots at Yō Gotti. But this is one attempt that had failed, but there will be other attempts in which Young Dolph will be actually hit.
Top story tonight, bullets fly near the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Tourists ducking and a rap artist was hit and seriously injured. Tonight, police say an ugly rivalry may be behind that shooting. KCAL9's Crystal Cruz is live in Hollywood right now with the latest on this investigation. Crystal.
Hi, Jeff. Highland and Hollywood back open tonight. So is the Lowe's. But now we know who police want to talk to help fill in the blanks.
And I never had no budget because I got it up.
The LAPD now wants to talk with rapper Yō Gotti following a shooting in front of Lowe's Hotel in Hollywood.
The individual you've mentioned has been possibly identified as being involved in what took place earlier. To what degree, we have no idea at this point.
100 shots.
Another rapper, Young Dolph, in critical condition, shot several times in the body, and police say they have hotel security video they're now looking over.
In the video, an individual produces a gun, a suspect, and he fires toward the individual who was shot.
Detectives looking into the possibility of bad blood between rival rappers. Several months ago in North Carolina, Young Dolph's SUV was shot at 100 times, but he wasn't in it. Witnesses heard the shots here in Hollywood, and nearby security video captured a person running from an SUV.
I've heard about 9 pops. It's like, pop, and then there was a series. And then it stopped.
After Young Dolph was shot, he walked to a nearby shoe store for help. The suspect's gold Cadillac Escalade was found at a gas station nearby, and officers detained 2 men for questioning. So again tonight, officers want to speak with rapper Yō Gotti, possibly staying at the hotel along with Young Dolph's entourage. I just spoke with LAPD, who says Young Dolph now stabilized. I'm Crystal Cruz, live in Hollywood. I'll send it back to you.
Throughout the documented attempts on Young Dolph's life, there were at least 2, and 1 actually ended up taking his life. But there was one documented offense where he was actually hit. He was released from the hospital. And obviously the rivalry between the two continued. And ultimately, we know right now that Young Dolph is currently deceased. But the information that we were able to learn from the interviews that Young Dolph actually gave is that he was pretty familiar with Young Gotti. I wouldn't say that they were friends, but they were both from Memphis. He gave an interview where he was, familiar with even Young Gotti's upbringing. So rather, crazy that this became a situation where it seems like whatever Young Gotti and his brother put into place ultimately ended up taking Young Dolph's life.
So, we live in a world where people just like to see the controversy.
Of course.
It's blog worthy.
Hey, that's cool too.
But have you and Yō Gotti had a conversation lately? Have you guys nothing?
Mm-mm.
And you're not interested in having that conversation?
It ain't no pressure with me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like people don't understand. Like everybody on the outside looking in.
Mm-hmm.
Yō Gotti was texting my phone for 2 years straight. What you doing, bro? What you working on, bro? Let's do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's do that. Like, it's cool. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's deeper than it ain't just in the music and the rap. Like, his one of the men that was around him, you know what I'm saying, they like kind of raised him a little bit. He from my hood.
So you guys are connected.
See what I'm
in many
saying?
ways.
Like exactly, like it ain't even like the music like this. That's small. You feel what I'm saying? Like I'm talking about like literally, like the one that raised him. That's my dad's best friend cousin. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what I mean? It's like
the original lawyer in your case got $50,000 to represent you. Did he not?
I don't know exactly how much you get. I don't know. I can't say.
All right. And you knew that, just we're all clear here, that money came from CMG, right?
Yeah, I don't know exactly who, but yeah.
All right. So you talked today, you got paid for what you just testified to, didn't you?
After I was locked up.
You got paid,
My
right?
lawyer was paid.
You got $50,000 to pay a lawyer, right?
I didn't get it in my hand. Correct. I don't know how much it was, but correct. My lawyer got paid.
Okay.
Your question?
During the trial of Justin Johnson, we learned that CMG actually paid for the defense of the two men that had been charged in the slaying of young Dolph. Now, Justin Johnson did not take the stand, but his co-defendant actually took the stand, and he stated that his lawyer received $50,000. Now, the defense was always that Big Jook, who is now deceased, obviously we can't charge someone that's deceased, but it was always told that Big Jook, which is Young Gotti's brother, was the one solely responsible for ordering the hit on Young Dolph. But here it is that Young Jook is deceased, but Yō Gotti would have been the one to actually pay their lawyers the $50,000. Now, if that isn't strange, I'm not sure what is, that you are actually contributing to the defense of men that has murdered another individual, but yet you have no clue, or you don't know what's going on, or you didn't hire these men. It seems like Yō Gotti is being implemented in this as time goes on. Now, as if this story can get any crazier, what we learned was that Black Youngster, who is also a CMG artist, was the artist that was implemented in the shooting when Young Dolph was injured in Los Angeles. However, because Young Dolph did not testify, of course, Black Youngster was let go. But what the authorities did determine is that Black Youngster rented a rental car, and that is the vehicle that he used to commit the crime. But again, because Young Dolph did not testify, they had to let him go. But social media users were outraged when they learned that Black Youngster did a video shoot with appears to be a cemetery. And if you look in the cemetery or directly behind him, it says Thornton. So people are wondering, why is he imitating that he's in a cemetery? Not only that he's in a cemetery, but he's in a cemetery that Young Dolph is buried in. So very, very creepy. But you guys know how y'all do it. People have been doing their own investigation, and I believe this is probably going to happen, just like you guys say. Young Gotti, Yō Gotti, is possibly going to be charged with RICO charges, because there just is no way for him to escape this. Just no way. With all of the evidence, nah.
Now I'm gonna tell y'all this. That nigga Yō Gotti, say your prayers, nigga. You better say your prayers.
You know they coming, don't you? You know they coming to show
bro. Facts. Hey, bro, that nigga got up there and said, they said, didn't CMG pay for your attorney $50,000? Yeah. But they didn't give it to me. He said, yeah. But they paid for it because you killed Dolph, right? Yeah. Well, that was your compensation.
right? See, a nigga said, well, yeah, they gave the attorney 50,000. Yeah, because I killed Dolph. Nigga, you dead. He was an exec of that company. That's your brother. That's finna get, that's next. Watch, remember I told you.
But wouldn't it be smart to blame it on the dead man, though?
No, he was part of the company. They saying CMG, they're gonna classify it as a game. They gonna try to target. Now let's do the math. CMG and PRE shooting at the basketball shit in the Carolinas. Motherfuckers doing songs. Nigga shot the Sprinter 100 times. Bulletproof. This nigga dead. PRE, nigga, that gonna take that shit and paint the perfect movie. These two things are game. And your gang paid this dude attorney 50,000 because you hired him to do a hit for 100. They coming.
Damn.
I heard that. I said, y'all didn't hear that shit?
Yeah, I heard it when he was testifying.
Oh my God. I said, oh, damn.
And guys, please make sure you give me some help, y'all, with this ever-changing algorithm, and go ahead and hit the like button. Make sure you share the video because Yō Gotti needs to get locked up, okay? And if you are not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Other than that, if you are, make sure you enable your bell notification.